Give me what's inside. Show me what's inside. Tell me, oh, for Christ's sake, tell me what's inside so I can see something different. Understand this, ladies. A man cannot see what is not expressed. Hi, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you want to be notified of more videos. What do people love about you? Ask a woman, what can you offer a partner? And it's all vague terms like, I'm simply amazing. Yeah, but specifically, what values and things would you do or be and want to live by with a guy? Why are you specifically interesting? Most women who claim to want authenticity say that they want a man to finally see the real them for once, with the implication that it's visual, see the real them, being seen, like so much of their social media. It's all surface. A very famous supermodel of the 80s and 90s, Paulina Porizkova, has recently been doing the rounds on YouTube, empowering all women, especially older women, to show the world that they're more than their physical beauty. For society and men to see their depth and not just their looks. And how does Paulina show us all? She has more substance than just her looks. Well, she takes off her clothes as she speaks to us, so you can really focus on the depth of her words, apparently. Are you confused? So is everyone, except for women. She's doing the typical thing that Oprah-styled enlightened women do. They get naked to show you how proud they are of their older bodies, which is great. Don't get me wrong. They're being less insecure about their bodies for once in their lives. But that is all they're doing, again, focusing on happiness through spotlighting vanity of their physical appearance to somehow get to a philosophical transcendence of who they are. I mean, it makes no sense, again, except to women. I would have respected Paulina's perspective if she just kept her clothes on, but she strips in this video as she talks to us, a slow striptease that takes the entire video to keep us there. Otherwise, one would fall asleep because she says very little. Paulina is being an exhibitionist here, showing off her beauty again, and to prove what? That her appearance is still worthy? It's simply egotism masquerading as female virtue. It's like me saying to a woman, let me sleep with you to show you I don't just want your body. Let me show you how noble I am. Don't let my erection fool you. I'm just proving a point. Yeah, okay. I'm sure that everyone would see right through it. Women and men would see right through it. One thing that's always frustrated me about women who don't want to be judged by their looks and for their looks, they want a person to see the inside, the real person. I've had it said to me by women in relationships, I want a guy to see the real me. Yet they don't do anything to cultivate expressing anything from the inside. It's all looks, but magically we are supposed to see something that isn't there, that isn't expressed, that isn't shown. We are supposed to fictionalize a woman full with qualities that she does not possess. After a lifetime of being looked at, Paulina wants us to listen now. Listen to her words. Now, after she's pushing 60, she apparently has substance to convey to us all for once, instead of a mute, attractive exterior. Except she's not saying anything of depth. Look, I'm not picking on her, but she's emblematic of so many women. She married a 40-year-old rock star when she was just 19 years old, and now, almost after all her life has passed her by, she's now finally ready to be real, now that her husband is dead. By blaming the male gaze for her unhappiness, rather than the real reason, she exploited the male gaze for as long as she could, and now she doesn't know what to do. She even says in the video that she's been used to having men give her attention for her entire life, and now she laments that no one even looks at her anymore. She says they just bump into her on the street, as though she's part of the furniture. Well, develop an interesting personality and join the rest of us. Replace that one-trick pony of your youthful looks with something befitting a mature woman, instead of stripping like a young model again. Paulina is still living in the past, as many women do, and a lot of guys do, because they don't know what to do alone as an older person. She complains about needing to be seen for more than her faded looks as she strips for us. All this kind of complaining about, unfair body standards and everything, it's women that keep it going, not men. Women keep saying, don't generalize, but you keep showing a generalization. You keep just being beautiful, generally, like other women. You keep stimulating a general biological desire for your body and your body only. But the moment we start talking to you, there is nothing there. We get very specific as we get older. So why commit to a general woman like Paulina who has no substance? This brings me to the central point of my video here. What is it to be specifically loved for the individual that you are? To have someone know and appreciate your unique qualities, not just see the exterior. How? You have to show and express your qualities. You have to tell us. You have to have a lexicon by which you describe things and talk to people and express your values. Women have been saying, love me, I'm here. Okay, why should I specifically love you and appreciate you? I appreciate life generally. I appreciate the world generally, but why should I appreciate you specifically? Tell me about yourself. What are you interested in? What can you talk about? Not emote ambiguously about, but think and talk deeply about, that is personal and meaningful for you, that describes your solid values as a person. For once, instead of just using flirting and beauty, tell me who you are with words. Instead of being an empty bimbo that just goes places, gossips, shops, talks about the starving children in Africa, meme politics and reality TV, focus on an internal expression of yourself and show me and other guys and people you want to be around who you are from the inside. A man on a date has to come to the table with more than hello and nice weather and repeating memes. He has to specifically show who he is as a person. I've said it before, women are relationship lazy today. They show up as an object. The lack of effort women today come to the table with is astounding. If you don't show your individuality, you'll be generalized as the average woman. We all are. If I don't express my individuality as a guy, I'll be seen as all guys, just as you'll be seen as all women. Period. This is why women love men who are confident, because this man, the confident man, knows who he is. Like you should, ladies. It's not his job alone. You see, women are projecting here. Women want a man to be what they refuse to be themselves, confident. By honest introspection, that's how you get to confidence, not by being lazy and vapid. They're saying, please pretend I'm still young even though I'm an older woman. Responsibility for one's past is what women seem to willfully refuse to accept. Time has passed. You cannot get by on looks anymore. And all this vague spirituality of older women today is just gaslighting, trying to gaslight everyone.
Just love me like a little girl.
I cannot. You are old like me. I can only love a woman now. Women before midlife can be loved generally by the world and everyone and men as a general woman, as a pretty general empty woman. Women are happy for their looks to do all the talking when they're young, but after a fertile youth is gone, one must be appreciated specifically for something else, for a subjective, personal reason that is hopefully inside, not for being a general woman anymore. You can't get by on that. Men love the plural of women when women are fertile and don't care much about personality. True, us guys are shallow like that when we're young, and so are women, but women extend this far beyond midlife more than they should. But now we're older. We must love specifically. Men will not love you unconditionally like they did when you were young, as you've been used to until now, as Paulina has been used to most of her life. True love has always been conditional, except when you're young, naive, and don't know anything at all, both men and women. But conditional love hits women like a sledgehammer after midlife. This is the feeling as one gets older. Why should I love you or anything in my life? The why. This is what many older people, men and women, refuse to confront to their own detriment, but especially women who coast by on their looks for most of their lives. But I digress. Do you know what these women that refuse to live in the season of their life, be present for themselves, for their own mental health, and for the mental health of people around them, their husbands and families? Do you know what they resemble to me, women who don't want to live in the season in which they are actually in life? They resemble a ghost to me, haunting people around them because they can't move from where they were to this new stage. They're in between somewhere because they're attached to the past and they can't move forward. Paulina, without something interesting to offer beyond looks, is simply the ghost of a pretty young woman, frozen in time, haunting all of us because she can't move on to the next world, stuck between youth and death, haunting society with her complaining, young women in old bodies haunting men, stuck in the past, here but unable to move on, superficially empowered older women trying to live in a young world, unable to communicate with the old, like them, and confused not knowing where or who they are. Men know we're here, older on our own, like we've been for a while now without you. Come over here to our world. Welcome to the singularity of being a reflective older person, a person having to engage with the world and its reality now, decades later. These old cougars are refusing to live in the autumn or the winter of their lives, so they demand spring and summer last forever, refusing to appreciate the beauty of winter, refusing to move to a different phase where they can live with the rest of us, and they don't like it because it requires an unromantic acceptance, refusing to acknowledge the reality of time in which you're living in now. You are here, but your mind is back there. So how can you be present with someone like this? A little girl in an aged body? You cannot. And this is why older men feel so alone, especially why they move on to hobbies which are about the only thing that makes sense anymore. Women are constantly saying, reality isn't fair, and not asking, how did I get here? Ghosts haunting the present, living in the past. That's all they seem to be. The important question for any of us, regardless of age, is who are you as a person? And one would hope that that question would be really important, vitally important when you're past midlife. Expressively with words, ladies, what type of conversation can you have with another man that he may try to see inside you, the real you, to try to love you? Because the young girl that everyone could love easily is gone. You are now an old woman that can only be appreciated by yourself and maybe another if you know yourself as more than a superficial exterior. And you have to be able to express that verbally now. Like, saying nothing and batting your eyelashes doesn't work anymore. Putting on a short skirt looks stupid. Not vagueness like men and women need to find their inner strength and truth and radiance, blah, blah, blah. Lexical ambiguity that gets very tired very quickly. No, your old world is gone. You are a solitary person who will have their name on a grave soon. What value will you provide as a human being to another before you go, living in this space now? You can stay dating with the awareness of a superficial 20-year-old now if you want, or you can wake up and accept you're old and be real with yourself, and that if you want another to care about you and you want to have a social environment, friends and good people around you, you have to offer more than accusations, nagging and victimhood. You have to make better choices from now on and offer value to another and know what you offer, the what, not just
I have so much to offer and give.
yeah. How? Tell me exactly what values you believe in, what your ethics are, what you will and will not do anymore. What do you stand for now? Or do you just want to be loved like a little girl, like a child, and offer nothing reciprocally as usual? Is it all just talk? Realistically, if all you present is a low-cut dress and a low-cut top, and that's all you're leading with, you cannot blame a man or everyone else in society as judging you as such. It's very hard for your intellect, if you have any, to shine through. Ladies, if a guy approached you with music blaring so loud that you couldn't hear him speak, would he have the right to complain that you don't listen to what he says while refusing to turn down the music? Or better yet, refusing to turn it off completely. Men do not care one bit about your suffering as an older woman if you've spent all your life enjoying special treatment, coasting by on the privileges of beauty and a spoiled brat lifestyle where you've made little effort as a person. Women must get this clear as they get older. You will be loved platonically and generally more now because there is nothing inside you. And you show that there's nothing. The spotlight is gone from your looks now. You must share the spotlight with others now, the world, ideas, things. You must share, and women don't know how to share very well. They don't like it. They're used to the greed of having things handed to them. But now, older, you're either fair, you give love, and not just take, and share with the world, or you'll be alone. Sorry, it's just that simple. You must give, not just receive like you used to, or you'll have little in old age. Love in old age must have substance and maturity. As we age, men have too much experience, heartache, and embarrassing failures from the naivety of youth in you to be accepted in the body of a wrinkled old woman now. We just can't do it anymore. We don't have the time to play. We must all be adults. If you want people to see the real you as an older woman, be an adult. Acting young as an older person is just embarrassing. And if that's all you have, you will be invisible. You will be alone with your second-rate young act, unable to compete with young women. Give me a thumbs up or down. If you like this video, subscribe and support the channel any way you feel like it. Have a good Christmas and New Year's, everyone. I'll catch you in the next video. Later. That's a wrap.